Dear students, in this video we will discuss about class 5 Collins English Grammar and Composition chapter number 21 Direct and Indirect Speech. Okay, so if you have not watched the previous chapters, so here look at the screen. You can go to the playlist section and also watch. Okay, so here direct and indirect speech. I have also made special videos on direct and also indirect speech. Okay, so here look at the screen. You can go to the playlist section named direct and indirect speech. So in the part 1 I have briefly discussed about the introduction part of direct and indirect speech. Okay, so there you can get a complete idea about the introduction of direct and indirect speech. Okay, so here this is here speech. So speech, it is a noun. This word is formed from a verb, speak. Speak, this is verb. And here speech, this is abstract noun. Okay, abstract noun of speak. So before starting the direct and indirect speech, let's discuss what is speech, or we call narration. Okay, so let's start. So there are many occasions in which we need to describe an event or action that happened, and very often that includes repeating what someone said in order to describe what people said. Okay, so in order to describe what people said, there are two different types of speech. So first one is direct speech and indirect speech. Okay, that means we can say that in conversation, the speaker, what the speaker says, or the speaker's statement can be presented in two ways: direct ways and indirect ways. Okay, so here read what Sumi says and then fill in the blanks with suitable words. Mother, can we have dosa for breakfast today? So here these are the actual words of the speaker. Who is the speaker? Speaker is Sumi here. So Sumi asked her mother. Okay, Sumi asked her mother if they could have dosa for breakfast that day. So that means you can find the difference, find out the difference between the two speech. So here this is direct speech. That means here we can say, here the actual words are said by the speaker, but here someone expresses Sumi's views. Sumi asked her mother if they could have dosa for breakfast that day. Similarly here, it rained all night yesterday. So who is the speaker here? That means these words are said by, yes, by whom? By Sumi. So here Sumi is the speaker. So here Sumi said that it had rained. Okay, it had rained all night the day before. Here today changed into that day, and also here tense also changed, and yesterday here changed into the day before. So we will briefly discuss about what are the changes made while changing direct into indirect speech. Clear? So here the sentences spoken by Sumi are her actual words, right? So that means here the first one here, mother, can we have dosa for breakfast today? So this is direct speech. So they are yes, in direct speech. The sentences which tell us what Sumi said are in indirect speech. That means here the second one. Okay, this one. This is both are indirect, and here the first, okay, which are in circle, this is known as direct speech. Clear? So here that means in two ways we can express our feelings. We can express the words. The mode of narration shows the speech as directly delivered. So suppose take an example. He says, I live in Delhi. Okay, so here you find Who is the speaker here? He is the speaker. I live in Delhi. That means who says? Here, these are the actual words spoken by the speaker. That means here we used first, comma, then inverted, comma is used, and the words of the speaker is represented using, in quoted mark. Okay, so this is known as a direct speech. So how to find out the direct speech? So if there is comma is used, and if the narration is reported in inverted mark, inverted, or we call it quoted mark, this is direct speech. So if you write in indirect speech, he says that, yes. So here I refer to he. So you have to change here the pronoun. He says that he, yes. So here live is used for I. So here he lives, not he live. He lives in Delhi. Clear? So here you find in the first, in a direct speech, we use comma, inverted, double, this is quoted mark. We use quoted mark. And in indirect speech, we use, conjunction that, and here also pronoun also change, and also tense also change. This is known as indirect speech. Clear? So here the mode of narration shows the speech as directly delivered by the speaker. This mode of narration is called direct speech. The speaker is mentioned, yes. He says, Rohit says, Sital says. What the speaker exactly said is given within the quotation mark, that is known as inverted comma. That means, in this way we can identify the direct speech, or in this way we can also represent the direct speech. The first word within the inverted commas begin with a capital letter, right? The first letter within the inverted commas, right? Take an example here. Again, Rohan said, okay, Rohan said, yes, comma, then yes, double inverted, this is quoted mark, or you call it inverted comma. I, the first letter, the first word within the inverted commas begin with, that means here I begins with capital letter. Clear? The words of the speaker within quotation mark is known as reported clause, right? So here okay, he says I am a student. He says I am a student. Okay, so here I am a student, this is known as reported clause. Clear? This is known as reported clause. What is reported clause? Now the words, the sentence that is used between the inverted mark or quoted mark, this is known as reported clause. Clear? So here there is one verb, this is known as reported verb. What is reported verb? Now the verb that is used in the reported clause. What is reported clause? Now the clause that is used between the inverted commas. So here inverted commas, yes, between the inverted commas. Clear? So this is known as reported clause. What is reported verb? So here the verb is used am. This is known as reported verb. And here says. Yes, says is this is known as reporting verb or introducing verb. Here says is called as reporting verb, or we call this is introducing. Okay, introducing verb. Clear? Here he says I am a student. Here says is known as reporting verb, and am is known as reported verb, and I am a student, this is known as reported clause. Okay. Then next here, the verb that tells us about the exact words of the speaker is known as introducing verb or reporting verb, that we have already discussed. Like he says, he asked, he told. This is known as a reporting verb. Okay, or we call it introducing verb. Example like here said, told, asked, they are known as introducing verb. Okay. Then next here a comma is used to separate the quoted speech and the introducing verb, right? A comma is used as we have discussed in the above example. He said I know you. Okay, so you know here a comma is used to here to okay, to separate the quoted speech. You know this is quoted speech. I know you because it is written, you know, between the quoted mark here, inverted mark. Clear? A comma is used. Then next here, the comma is placed after the introducing verb when it precedes the quoted right. You know here comma is used, yes, placed after the, you know here, this is known as introducing verb said. Introducing verb, or we call this is reporting verb, not a reported, reporting. Clear? This is known as direct speech. Then let's discuss about what is indirect speech. You know, the mode of narration in which a person reports the verbal communication between two or more persons, this is known as indirect speech. To hear the meaning of the speech alone is conveyed. Actual words of the speaker are not reported, right? So you know the mode of narration shows the speech as reported by someone. This mode of narration is called as indirect speech. The quoted speech is not placed within quotation mark, right? So you know here he says, I play cricket. I play cricket. Okay. So here you know this is direct speech. Now you have to change into indirect speech. He says that. He says that. Yes. So here, yes, I will change. So here pronoun will also be changed. He says that. Yes, he. You know here I refers to whom? Yes, he. He, yes, plays cricket. He plays cricket. Clear? So you know here quotation mark is not used. He says that he plays cricket. So you know here conjunction is used. Clear? So you know here he says I play cricket. You know I play cricket. This is, you know, this is the actual word. But here this is not the actual words. Here someone says about, okay, about the person, about the pronoun he. He says that he plays cricket. Clear? Here it is mentioned, as you know, since the quoted speech is no longer treated as a separate utterance, the first words in the quoted speech, yes, quoted speech are not written in capital letter, right? But in direct speech, the first letter of the word is used in capital letter. No comma is used before the quoted speech. As we have already discussed, no comma is used in indirect speech, but in direct speech we use comma to separate the quoted speech. Okay, so no comma is used. Clear? So this is, you know, the difference about, you know, the direct speech and indirect speech. So let's discuss from your book. So I think you have got a complete idea about the direct speech and indirect speech. So here, as we have already discussed before, Sumi asked her, asked, okay. Then you know Sumi said that it had rained. It had rained. You know the sentence spoken by Sumi are her actual words. They are in direct speech, right? As we have discussed, the actual words when represented by someone, you know this is, you know, represented by the speaker, you know this is known as direct speech. The sentences which tell us what Sumi said, you know this is in indirect speech. So there are two ways of reporting a conversation. We can use the exact words of the speaker, or we can use our own words. So when we use the exact word, this is direct speech, or when we use our words, this is, you know, indirect speech. Clear? So let's discuss some example here. Sumi said to Vijay. Sumi said to Vijay, it rained all night yesterday. So you know there are two verbs, said and rained. You know said, as we have already discussed, said, you know this is known as said, this is known as reporting verb or introducing verb, reporting verb, and here rained, you know this is reported verb. Okay, reported verb. Then Lina asked me, do you want a cup of tea? So you know asked, this is reporting verb. Okay. And you know here, do you want, you know, do want, that means do you want, you know this is reported verb. Okay. Radha said to me, what is your name? So you know here said, this is reporting verb or introducing verb. is, this is reported verb. Reported verb. Clear? So here it rained all night yesterday. So this is known as reported clause. RC. Do you want a cup of tea? This is reported clause. RC. What is your name? This is also reported clause. RC. Clear? So here in these sentences the words within inverted commas are the exact words of the speaker, right? So when we report the exact words of the speaker, the sentence is said to be in direct speech. As we have already discussed, what is direct speech? Now there is comma is used, and the first letter of reported clause should be written in capital letter, right? I written in capital letter, D is written in capital letter, what, double also written in capital letter. Clear? And a quotation mark is also used here. Okay, quotation mark. This is known as a direct speech. While writing a sentence in direct speech, to keep the following points in mind, we put exact words of the speaker within inverted mark, yes, comma. So this is the most important, as we have discussed earlier. We use inverted commas and also comma to represent direct speech. Direct narration. We add a comma, right? We add a comma before the open inverted comma. We use reporting verb like said, told, asked. These are reporting verb. A full stop, a question mark or an exclamation is added at the end of the words of the speaker. However, this is placed before the closed inverted commas, right? Before the closed means, so here he said, come here. He said, come here. So we use full stop before the inverted comma. Before, so here this is placed. This is means full stop, question mark, exclamation. This is placed before the closed inverted comma. Closed means here this is. Okay. Then next come to the indirect speech. Sumi said to Vijay that it had rained all night the day before. There is no comma is used, no quotation mark is used, okay? But here conjunction is used that. Lina asked me if I wanted, here pronoun is also changed. Radha asked me what my name was. So in these sentences, we are using our own words to report what someone else had said. This is known as indirect speech. So in direct speech you have noticed the here it rained all night yesterday. So you find here this is yes, simple past here yesterday. So you find here there is something changes have been made, right? So here it had rained all night the day before. Okay, so you will read what changes will be made while changing direct into indirect. So in there is a simple past, but here past perfect is used. We will detail discuss about what verb forms will need to change while changing direct to indirect. So here in these sentences we are using our own words to report what someone else had said. So when we report what someone has said in our own words, the sentence is said to be in indirect speech. Clear? So while writing in a sentence in indirect speech, keep the following points in mind. It is always written in past tense, right? It is always written in past tense. So if the reporting verb is in the past tense, reporting verb as we have already discussed, what is reporting verb? The verb that is used to report. Okay? Like he said, I am hungry. I am hungry. So this is known as reporting verb. So here reporting verb is in the simple past. So here the reported verb will also be changed. That's why here the point second, the first point is written. It is always written in past tense. Past tense means here the reporting verb is in past tense. So while we change direct into indirect, so its indirect speech will be he told that. Yes, he told that he was. Yeah, okay, so here is am changed into was, because here it was the reporting verb is in the past tense, so here am changed into was. Clear? That's why the first point is mentioned. It is always written in the past tense. So, okay, so here was. Clear? Then next we don't give a comma before the words of the speaker, right? So here in indirect speech we don't use comma. The inverted commas before and after the words of the speaker are removed, right? So we don't use like here inverted. Okay, this is not used in indirect speech. We use the word that, right? We use the word conjunction that before the words of the speaker. An exclamatory or interrogative sentence is written as an assertive sentence is in right. Okay, so we will discuss about this exclamatory and interrogative. Okay, we will discuss particularly about this point. Okay, later. Then next here, changing direct speech into indirect speech. So when we change a sentence from direct to indirect speech, the tense of the verb, the pronouns and the words denoting time, that means tense also changed. So first verb also changed, pronoun also changed, the words also changed. Okay, so suppose take an example. She says, I am working. Okay, so here verb. First here the verb also changed, pronoun also changed, words denoting time. That means adverb. We can say adverb. Yesterday, tomorrow, today, this day. These words denoting the time change. She says that. Yes, she says that. So here I. That means pronoun will also change. She. That means here I refer to who? Whom? She. She is working, not she was working, because here this is present tense. So if the sentence is written she said I am working, so you can write she said that, she told that she was working. Clear? That means pronoun changed, verb also changed. Okay. So here when writing a sentence in indirect speech, we commonly use the reporting verb as said or told. If the reporting verb is direct speech in the simple present tense, then the tense form of the indirect speech does not change, as we have already discussed. Okay, if the reporting verb in direct speech is in the simple present, then there will be no changes. So here look at this example. Lillian says I am tired. This is reporting verb. Okay, and here am. This is reported verb. So here, as the rule says, if the reporting verb is in the simple present, then there will be no tense change in indirect speech. Lillian says that she is tired, not was, because here says written in simple present. Don't write Lillian says that she was tired. She is tired. So here tense remains same. Simple present am, here changes into is, remains simple present. Clear? So you have to first find out what is the tense of the reporting verb. Okay, suppose Lillian said, okay, just I erase this. Lillian said I am tired. So here the tense will be changed, because here the reporting verb is in the simple past. So you can write here Lillian told that. Yes, I will change she was tired, not is tired, because here the reporting verb is in the simple past. Clear? Then next here, if the reporting verb is in the simple past tense, then the verb in the indirect speech changes in the following ways, right? The simple present tense becomes simple past, right? We have already discussed about it. Sarada said I take. So here reporting verb simple past, reported verb simple present. So here reported verb change into simple past, took. Sarada said that she took a bath every day, not takes, because here the reporting verb is in the simple past. Clear? Then next here, the simple past tense becomes past perfect, right? Simple past. So here met. Simple past, it become past perfect. He had met. Vijay said that he had met him the day before. Clear? So yesterday, this is time reference. Yesterday change into the day before, the previous day. Okay. Then here next, the present continuous change into past continuous, right? Sahana said, I am talking to Radha. I am talking, that means present continuous change into past continuous. Clear? If the reporting verb is in the simple past, said, okay, then the tense will change in the indirect speech. Clear? Then next here, so look at this table how okay, what's the change when we change a sentence from direct to indirect. So you have to remember, now you know adverb of time, now change into then today, change into that day, tomorrow change into the next day or the following day. Yesterday, okay, changes into the previous day or the day before. Next day change into the following week. Last week change into the previous week or the week before. Tonight change into that night. Ago change into before. Here change into there. Similarly, this change into that, these change into those. Okay, you have to remember these changes, okay, will be made while changing direct into indirect speech. Clear? So here you can note the difference between direct speech and indirect speech. Okay. Then next, let's discuss about the question answer from your book. So here, read the sentences and write whether they are in the direct speech or indirect speech. The easiest way to find out the direct and indirect, if there is a comma and inverted mark is used. Like here, you find comma and also inverted mark is used. So that means you have to write here direct speech. Okay, direct speech. The next year, Prabir says, I play football every evening, right? So here, comma, inverted, okay. So you have to write here direct speech. Okay. Then next here, the teacher scolded the boy for making too much noise. As you know, here there is no inverted mark is used. So this is, indirect speech. Indirect speech. Okay. Then next year, the girl said, what a lucky person I am. Right? Here, comma and inverted mark is used. So this is known, direct speech. Mr. Khanna invited his neighbor to come to his house in the evening. So, there is no comma is used. So, this is indirect speech. Okay. Then next year, rewrite the sentences using proper punctuation marks. You have to use, okay, punctuation means you have to capitalize the letter, proper noun, you have to use comma, then, okay, full stop, question mark, exclamation sign according to the mood of the sentence. Okay, here the second, first one is already provided. Mr. Batra said, Dheeraj will be coming home for dinner. Okay, so here you have to, first, M. So as you know, here M is given in your book small. So you have to first capitalize the first letter, Mr. Then Batra, first B letter is small. So you have to capitalize B. Said, Dheeraj will be coming for dinner. So you have to use comma, then use inverted mark. D will be capitalized. Then at the end you should use quotation mark and full stop. Okay. Then next year, Red Riding Hood told her grandmother that she would bring cakes and cookies for her. Red Riding, you have to write, okay. Name, this is the name, proper noun, so you have to write here, okay. Capitalized, R capitalized, R capitalized, H should be capitalized, okay. Then at the end, you should use full stop to end the sentence. Then next year, Jara said, this hairbrush is mine. So, Z is written in small letter. So, you have to capitalize. Z capitalized. Then you should use comma. Then this, you should first, okay, use the inverted mark. Then D should be capitalized. Then in the end, use inverted mark and end the sentence with full stop. Okay. Mother asked me not to stay off late. Here mother, that means M should be capitalized. As you know, the sentence, each sentence starts with the capital letter. asked me not to fast. The ends, you should end the sentence with a full stop. Okay. Then next, Mr. Basu said to Mr. Rao, how are you feeling today? Okay. So here Mr. M should be capitalized, B should be capitalized, then M should be capitalized, Mr. then Rao, R should be capitalized, then comma, then the first letter in the reported clause. This is known as reported clause. Okay. So here you should use inverted mark, then H capitalized. The capitalized means you should write the letter in capital. Okay. H capital, then this is the question, how are you feeling today? So you should use question mark and inverted comma. Then next, the teacher said to the students, we will go for a picnic tomorrow. The teacher, the T should be capitalized. Said to the students, comma, okay, then inverted, W should be capitalized, then end the sentence with full stop and quotation mark. Okay. Then next, my friend said that she would help me with my homework. My friend said, first M should be capitalized, and here only there is only one mistake. First you have to capitalize M, then end the sentence with full stop. Clear? The remaining parts will be discussed in the next video. So I think this video will help you. If you find any doubt, you can comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you.